it's Allison Dane.
And Caroline Abbott.
And you're watching
Rage Bait.
This episode is not funny.
This is not going to be a fun one.
I will say what we are discussing is not for the faint of heart.
Mm-hmm.
So,
this is a trigger warning.
This is your trigger
Up
warning.
front.
If you are not okay discussing the subject of SA, we love you.
And that's cool. Have a great day.
Way through Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and tragically, there have been several headlines in just the last few days, and a bombshell investigation by CNN exposing a worldwide ring of men who systemically target and abuse their own wives. And that investigation is the main reason we're talking about all of this tonight.
We're discussing the viral internet story of the CNN SA Academy.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of you that don't know what's going on, saw the headlines, aren't interested in reading about it, guess what? I did all the research. So, 62 million men are on this online academy. Don't love that number. What they are teaching each other is how to efficiently drug their partners to be able to SA them while they are sleeping.
Just heard from my daughter. She's on her own in a house with 4 children and has just learned she's been drugged with her son's sleeping medicine.
This has become now known as the Online SA Academy.
Except it's not essay, and we're not going to say the word.
No, we're not going to say the word, but you know what we're talking
You know
about.
the word we're talking about.
Okay, so reports of it have gone viral on social media, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. People have actually come forward, and this is how they've discovered that their partners have done this to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's looking like 62 million men are learning about this.
Last year, we began investigating a porn site that gets over 60 million visits a month, focusing on the thousands of videos featuring women who appear unconscious during sex acts.
Okay, so 62 million men across the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, there are 8 billion people, so that might not seem like a huge figure. That said, how many people have access to the internet? How many people are... We're also including children, people who aren't going to be online like that. In the 8 billion, that's a huge percentage of the world's population when you really think about it.
And, okay, so this website, or excuse me, CNN did a wonderful job, and I really do commend the reporters of this, because they were able to get photos. So they have a thing on the website called the eye check, which is where they lift up the eyebrow to check if their partner is actually asleep due to the drugs that they gave them. Okay, so tough subject, right? But more importantly is I think that now we know.
Yeah.
So what do you do with that as a woman?
What do you do with that information of, hey,
this is something else to worry about?
Somebody who I just started dating, or somebody who I've been seeing for years, or someone who I've been married to for years, or spent my entire life with, etc., I might not be able to trust.
Yes.
Because I've woken up feeling a little funky in the morning, and I thought that was just, what I ate the night before. Maybe I had a bit too much to drink, but now I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah. So the internet is a scary place. And I think what we should also discuss is why. It's all about power.
Yeah.
Power over the partner.
You think it is about lust or, somebody's horny and they don't know what to do, so they do this horrible thing. Maybe. I think it is far more of a power grab.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And so when you read about this, which is a hard read, won't lie to you.
Yeah.
The main thing is that most of these women don't know. So I think it's an interesting thing that like a partner gets to hold a secret over them.
Yeah.
And I think, unfortunately, if I was to think like this, is it that you get to say, even if you cheat on me, even if you leave me, I get to hold this ultimate power thing secretly above you.
No, this is possession.
This is very much like the story that came out, I think it was 1 year ago or 2 years ago, of Giselle Pelicot?
Yeah, the French woman.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
In the end, it all comes back to Giselle Pellicot. With astonishing dignity, she has taken hold of her own harrowing experience. In reporting this case, we've spoken to multiple survivors who say they were drugged and raped by their husbands, and many of them see you as a source of strength.
That's a very sad story. So she's 72 years old, French woman, and she's become like this global like epitome of hope, renewal, womanhood, and holding people accountable.
Yeah.
And that was her husband was able to convince, I guess, or coerce other people to essay her while she was sleeping.
Yeah.
So this is a big theme of this stuff happens at night. This stuff, something that goes bump at night, something that is scary at night, something when you should be completely asleep and safe with your partner. This is what's secretly happening.
I mean, that is, again, the most intimate time of the day is night.
Yeah.
You're hidden by the cover of darkness, and that's when you cuddle up with your boo. That's when, you know what, I will stay the night.
You were bringing up a film.
Yeah. Does anyone remember, my Sarah Polly fans out there, does anyone remember Women Talking? Sarah Polly, for those who might know, you know that episode of The Studio, The Oneer? Mm-hmm. She's the director in that episode, yeah. She's the one filming the Silver Lake, the movie with Greta Lee. So Sarah Polly, she's an actor turned filmmaker. So she adapted the novel Women Talking, which was a like fictional account of a real thing that happened in Bolivia. There was a community of Mennonite women who discovered that their spouses, or just men that they knew in their community, were essaying them while they were asleep. And they would gas their homes with, I think it was it was something that was used on cows. It was like a tranquilizer that was pushed through their windows, and they were gassed, and they passed out, obviously. And these women would wake up with marks, or, you know, there was stuff left over, etc. And the premise of the book and the movie is essentially this group of women are deciding whether or not they're going to leave their community, or if they're going to take some sort of action against these men. Because they know they have to do something.
Okay.
And it also has to deal with, again, this takes place in a small religious community. They are kind of cordoned out from the world in a lot of ways. And so some of this stuff happens. I think about, women on Native American reservations. In these smaller communities, the law can't get there the same way.
Yeah, it's like that movie Wind River.
Wind River, which is the most horrifying movie I've ever watched.
In my top 5.
Great film. It is a film that made me sick to my stomach without showing me any visuals.
Mm-hmm. Taylor Sheridan, you've done it again.
You've done it again, sir.
I think that this should be a shorter video because I think it's important that we discuss this. We say, hey, we know what's going on. Mm-hmm. This is something that must be discussed. If you are a parent, discuss this with your children.
Please do.
Explain what consent is, what is great, what is bad, and if you need help, there are resources that we are going to link below for you. And look, before the pandemic, I got some grants. Those grants don't exist anymore. And I made a production company called Leading Ladies. And I put up a production. We put up Agnes of God. That was the first one. And I partnered with the SA Center in Utah. And I just remember so many people being like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for bringing this to the public. And I think, unfortunately, even though we are technically funny people, it's important that we discuss unfunny subjects.
Yeah. And I love what you mentioned earlier about how people should obviously discuss this with their kids. This isn't, hey, my daughter, here's how you can protect yourself. This is also, hey, my son, here's how to not be a terrible person. Yeah. And that said, essay happens across the board, whether you're a man or woman or whoever. But statistically speaking, the aggressors tend to lean towards one side,
than the other.
And the prey, so to speak, tends to lean towards the other side. So it's important to talk to people. Keep your friends accountable. If you're a man and you have friends, he makes a weird joke every once in a while. Who knows? It's important to believe people. It is important to even if you hear something deeply unpleasant about somebody that you care about, you might have to take that as fact, because your experience with someone isn't everyone's experience.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know all aspects of that person.
They might be a great friend to you, but you don't know what they're like to date.
Yeah. I love that you brought up accountability with your friends, because I am a big believer that anytime someone says a joke, there's a hint of truth in it. I don't surround myself with people that make fun of me. I don't like that.
That's huge.
I don't like, you're, and that's what they sound like, and then I take it as, that's actually how you feel.
No, I think there's a difference between, hey, we have a friendship dynamic where we kind of bully each other, versus anytime you hang out with someone and they're always shitting on other people, or they always make a joke it's a dark thing, you wouldn't get it, and it falls under the racist, homophobic, whatever category. and it's like a consistent part of who they are.
Listen to that.
Ooh.
Pay attention to that.
Pay attention to that.
I think people bring out their truth through their sense of humor.
Yeah.
But like, what they find funny tells me everything I really need to know about them. Just like how finding out what someone's favorite movies are, favorite plays are, but also what they think is okay to laugh at.
Just like if you find out a man's favorite movie is American Psycho or Fight Club, that means you should run. Because he didn't understand it, okay? Those are great films that men just don't understand. American Psycho was directed by a woman. Calm down. That said, just if you find out that someone's favorite movie is maybe, ooh, yikes, you've seen The Matrix too many times. It's the same thing of, oh, you find something homophobic really funny. Okay, so you would trivialize that. Okay, what else would you trivialize?
Right.
You view that as okay.
So I think for me, after doing my research on this, talking about this with other women, talking about this with you,
Hi.
my goal after learning this is to keep speaking about this respectfully, but then also publicly. I think it's very important to, since we have a platform, we are artists, we're in the public eye, to not be afraid to discuss this, even though it might be a taboo topic. Obviously it's happening, and bringing something private up in the public might save someone.
Obviously, if something like this has happened to you, or if this is something that you personally don't feel like discussing, your story is your story, your experiences are yours. Now you're obligated to tell people. No, that is yours. You can choose what you want to do with that. I think if we continue to discuss uncomfortable and taboo topics like this, it brings more awareness to it. It brings more shame to the aggressors. It becomes just more of a, hey, this is a thing we should all be aware of. You learn more about yourself by talking to other people, and you learn more about, actually, this wasn't okay what happened to me.
Right.
Actually, this isn't normal because I talked to somebody else, and, well, that's not how their relationship works.
Right.
Yeah.
I will be honest. I have done a lot of group therapy. I like that. I also have done individual therapy, but also for me in my own journey, so don't come at me. For me, what helped me was seeing that other people were going through the same things and their journeys looked different, but also I had a community.
Yeah.
That helped me.
In my journey, individual therapy has definitely worked for me. Talking with other people about it. It is a weird thing when you have a conversation with someone and you both figure out, oh, wait, you also experience this thing? It's crazy. And obviously, it bears repeating, the most important thing, I think, when it comes to SA, it was not your fault.
Absolutely.
No matter, but I was wearing this, but I drank this, but no. No. People need to act like adults. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Nope. And on that note, this was an episode of Rage Bait.
Yes, it was.
See you next time for a much lighter topic. Stay safe.
Please take care of yourself.
And we love you.